Hello, I am Izzy-Rose, and I am joined by
Lou Collins.
for another former teacher interview. So, to get started, can we just let our audience know how long you taught at McBain?
How long did I teach at McBain? 30 years. And I taught health, physical education, and worked in the library.
All right. What brought you to McBain?
My husband took a job teaching in Lake City,
Okay.
and the position was open, and I interviewed, and they hired me.
Okay. So, and then what has changed since you've been in McBain?
Everything.
Everything.
When we first came here, it was pretty quiet, and but then we built on, and we built on, and I went from teaching phys ed to teaching library, and I was the librarian. We put the library together, designed it, and put it together, and I loved it.
All right.
I got old, and then I retired.
So you mentioned you put the library together and stuff. Senor mentioned a little bit about how the library is in a new location and different than what it was. So could you just talk a little bit about the old library and then the transition to the new one?
I've only been in the new one once, so that's something I don't know a good deal about. But
Okay.
the old one we built piece by piece. When we didn't have a lot of money, and then more money came in, and the money was boof, right to books, right to products that we needed, pieces of chairs that we needed. It was wonderful to watch it grow and watch the students walk into the library and go. It was so exciting, and they wanted, and of course we sat down and tried to direct them on how they could get from place to place and thing to thing, and it was just wonderful. They would come in and they'd open the door and they'd be blah blah, and go off to their thing, and we didn't have to tell them because usually there were 20, 25 kids or more would come in at a time, and that much noise would be just irritating. But when they worked quietly together, the kids were great.
That's amazing. Yeah. And so with being here at McBain for 30-some years, you've got to have a favorite memory or two. Would you want to share some of those? Some of your favorite memories?
Boy, I should have had that one to prepare because my brain, after you get as old as I am, you begin to not remember these things. Favorite memory, of course, was the teacher's lounge at lunchtime.
Oh.
Babble, 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 everybody babble. We all talked about what happened in class that day, or we say, yeah, and I'm going to such and such and so. So it was nice to have that camaraderie and friendship.
All right.
And to have it as you went out into the hallway. And one of the things I enjoyed was if someone was coming out the hallway and they were running or doing, you could easily say, Bill, because you knew everybody's name. It was so easy when there's the numbers. And he'd go, oh, sorry, Miss Collins, and he'd start walking. And it was just that type of students that we taught and how they responded to us and how we tried to be positive to them too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So since you've retired, what have you been up to? Traveling, different hobbies? Anything?
What have we done since I've retired? He's trying to give me a message. Oh yes, I've read a lot of books. I do read a lot. I was a librarian here at the school, and I was a health phys ed teacher before that, which I loved. I thought when they said, Lou, we're going to put you in the library, I went, I'm going to die. I won't be able to breathe. I won't be able to move. But after a while, moving all those books around, you used more money, more energy than you did teaching phys ed. So no, I liked it.
All right. And then since I mentioned before the interview that I'm going into teaching, so just wondering if you have any advice you'd like to give me for that.
Smile.
Smile.
Smile. Kids will respond to the smile. It's amazing how even when they've done something wrong and you've disciplined them in one way or another, and you say, but I know that this won't happen again because I know you know better than to do this. But you're saying it with a smile so that they know that you really don't hate them to death, but that you care about what happens to them. And that's what teaching is all about, is caring what happens to that child, each child, every one of them. And sometimes you'd like to be the one that would do it, but you had to pull your hands back together. And you teach phys ed for a while, and And I taught just the girls, and then so after, it just seemed like the boys, I can't explain that, but after the gym class was done and we're waiting for the bell to ring, those boys, they just acted like boys. They didn't sit down quietly and wait for the bell to ring like you girls did. They would, so I loved it. I did. I loved teaching with the people I taught with as well. So.
All right. Well, that was my last question for you, so I want to thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for asking me.
And thank you to you guys for tuning in to another Chat with Izzy. See you next time.